Recording is on.
And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host Ray. With me as always is Father.
I'm burning some incense right now.
This is like how you doing today, brother?
Sorry, hold on. I dropped my lighter. Hold on. All right, so yeah, I'm good. I went to DC today. I bought some, incense, and I was in DC for a long time too. I was there for like 3 hours, and the majority of the time I was just walking around.
What's it like down there?
It's like slowly starting to come back up. It's not a lot of people out there like as it used to be, but there's still people out there. Like everybody was at work because I was there like in the afternoon, so everybody was at work. But it was pretty chill.
Oh, that's good to know. It's like I guess most people did take that vaccine. Spring is coming. People want to be outside.
Yeah.
I was just trying out Tekken 7. I finally got to play against the new DLC character Lydia. Yo, she is deceptively fast and still hits like a truck. She is weird. She is weird to fight against, but
I still need more time with her. I'm not really saying anything. But I know for me, the one thing that I've noticed about her is that she sets the tone of the match. She sets the pace.
you know
And
what? I
that
will.
right there is very powerful in Tekken.
I will agree with you, but at the same time, I do play Lei Wulong. So one thing I like about him is that he doesn't play Tekken. Like you can play Tekken, but he doesn't play Tekken. He plays Lei Wulong. So I gotta try her against my Feng Wei, but she's like I do like she didn't give me that Leroy vibe when I played Leroy the first time and he did that back four, and I was like, oh, this character is top tier. I just knew it from that one move. But she is all right. I don't like fear fighting her. I guess that's what I'm saying.
So like when I was playing her, I haven't taken her online yet because I'm still
Mhm.
trying to get used to her moveset. But like when I was playing her, I noticed like the main thing that you kind of want to do with her is to like counter your opponent's mistakes, basically. And not counter as in like actually counter them, but like she has good lows, right? So you use her lows to make the opponent block mid so you can hit her, so you can hit them, with like your strong mids. And then, if they're blocking high, then you hit them with the lows again. Then you hit them with throws. Like she has like all those tools. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep the opponent kind of like you gotta make the opponent guess wrong so you can just damage them, if that makes sense.
No, I think I get it. I got some Tekken obviously. I got some Tekken footage I'm gonna show Isaiah. I'm probably gonna show it to you later if you're gonna be there. So that's if you want to see it. But I still like online lay. I still gotta work because there was like a lot of combos I didn't drop. But majority the Lydia I play, I did majority beat him. So I do feel good about that. And he was even though it says Marauder, I think his like main joint is a Juggernaut. So I think he was like yellow rank. So but this was like no slouch of a Lydia. So um so let's get with the show because obviously let's talk about what everybody has been talking about, which
Oh my
is
god.
I know. Uh, man, let's just say Derek Jackson has been the talk of the town or the talk of the world of black community all week. As in, he not only he got exposed for cheating on his wife. That if you really, really look at it, it goes deeper down a rabbit hole. Now you find out he got many mistresses, and then he bringing his wife on to apologize or tell him about his stuff, and basically trying to save his brand. So, what do you think about this whole Derek Jackson situation?
I have no thought because I've been trying to avoid it. But since we're talking about it, I did say I was going to talk about it on the podcast. But so here's my thing. So the initial reason why I avoided it is because the nigga, like, it's a simple situation. The nigga is a life coach. The nigga gives dating advice. He cheated on his wife. He's a hypocrite. They're done. Boom. But now you got Negroes and fucking social media sitting there think piecing this shit. And, a lot of the focus too was on his wife because, his wife was posting those things on social media. And you can clearly see that this is a woman, who needs some help. This is a woman that, like you can tell, oh, okay, she might need someone professionally to, you know, deal with that because, it was very like cultish the way she was like speaking. And religious people tend to do that sometimes. Like they'll go super in the deep end and then they'll start sounding like unrelatable because everything goes right back down to God and Jesus and things like that. So it's going to be hard to have that kind of conversation with somebody that's on that type of stuff because it's like talking to a brick wall. So, I just hope that she makes a decision that, would benefit her as a person and make her, grow to the type of person that she wants to become because she has children with this man and things like that. And at the very end of the day, their relationship is on them. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that are married. We're all the outside looking in. It's super public. It's super publicized. Everybody's making memes about the shit. But at the fucking end of the day, it's between them two. So, but yeah, I just didn't like all the attention it was getting because it's just like my nigga, like what? Really?
Uh, do you think that coming at the wife is fair?
No, it's not fair, but that's the consequence of being married to a public figure. And not only a public figure who doesn't follow his own advice. So you're going to be subject to that kind of thing. And and that's why a lot of people aren't really fucking with Derek Jackson because you put your wife in that situation, bro. You put her in the situation to be, ridiculed by people. And but you also have to hold people accountable because why the fuck are you commenting on this as if these people aren't reading it and these people aren't human? You know what I'm saying? If if you were a famous person and some shit and some dirt came out about you and everybody was commenting on it and didn't know what the fuck was going on, you'd probably have a meltdown. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't understand why there's so much cognitive dissonance when it comes to situations like this. Like at the very end of the day, she's still a human being. You know what I'm saying? That she's not just Derek Jackson's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like she's her own person. She's a human being. Obviously, she's been through a lot of shit. And then you got people fucking sitting there like making jokes about her, making memes about her and shit. And I'm just like, bro, and that's and again that's the price you got to pay when somebody disrespects you. This is why I keep saying if you are in love with somebody, if you're married to somebody and some shit, you are not just representing yourself, you're representing that person. And this is a pure prime example.
My little sister agrees with everything you just said. So
It's,
It's funny you did mention like people making jokes about it because I don't know if you've seen my little thing on Instagram that I put. This is what I'm hearing through the grapevine. It was a picture of
yeah, I
her
saw.
and then Beyonce.
Yeah.
So for the people out there, this one I'm gonna just read it out. It said y'all attacking the wife like it's her fault. They're cheated because of her looks. Beyonce got cheated on too, and someone said no. Y'all missing the point. We are pissed at her looking stupid as she seems. I don't want any black woman getting in front of millions of viewers looking the way she did, defeated in every way. The jokes and memes have nothing to do with how she aesthetically looks. It's just the way she's carrying herself. Period. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. And that was said out of ignorance. And it was very clear that it was said out of ignorance because this is a woman that's going through, she's a traumatized woman. So it doesn't matter what you think or what you say. This woman is going to conduct herself in a way in which, her experiences have shaped her. You're a product of your environment. She has been a product of her environment and her environment was very traumatic. So of course she's going to carry herself a certain type of way. So the fact that you don't even see what she's dealing with, but you have a comment about how she's carrying herself, like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds ignorant, and not only does it sound ignorant, you actually don't know what the hell is going on. If that was your conclusion, that's like, that's like you being emotional because you let's say a woman like did something very disrespectful to you, and you still have some like bitterness towards that, and then I say some shit like, well, bro, if you was a real man, you would have just let that go and kept it moving and kept it moving. Don't fucking simp yourself out. Like if I said some shit like that, you'd be mad as shit at me because you were in a vulnerable position, you were in an emotional position, and I just undermined the fuck out of it because of my shit, because of the shit that I'm projecting onto you. So why are you saying that about her, bro? Like that's not going to help her. That's not going to improve her situation. You just made a fucking useless ass comment for just making a useless comment, and you bought someone that has absolutely nothing to do with the situation in order to make your non-existent point. But good job, social media. 10 points for Gryffindor, motherfucker.
I do want to say this. This is not even for cheating, but in general, black people or fellas in general, just I want you to look at this and I want you to think about, remember this day for one thing: your brand is important. No matter what you're doing or how you present yourself, your brand is really important. How you present yourself to people is very important. And this is why I understand why a lot of black men are getting at him, because he kind of panders to black women, which is not. I don't personally have a problem with you pandering to black women. If that's what you do, get your money. But to the point where you throw black men under a bus, that's what a lot of black men had a problem with. So every time you see in one of his videos, you can see him like throwing black men under the bus, and like three three quarters of that, he doesn't really need to put black men under the bus. So for those type of black men, this is like sweet revenge. But second of all, black men don't cheat. I'm gonna keep, I still say that, even though like, well, we don't. I don't like talked about a couple of black men cheating. I still hit them with the black men don't cheat. I just think it's like funny now. I just do it for the memes.
Yeah,
Also, it also show you that marriage is very tough. That sometimes, like even like when he was, one thing I did read about his story is like he was still going through it. Now I do not like the fact that he threw not only his wife in there, but he threw God in there. I'm not super religious, but I'd be damned if I use God's name in vain or like blame everything on Jesus where it should have been just like you taking accountability. Now, was he taking accountability? Yeah, but he was still trying to throw it off on other people. Like God. I really do not like that. Talking about how he was saved and then like once he saved, my life fell apart. It like that doesn't sit well with me. And like I said, I'm not super religious, but growing up in like a religious household, yeah, nah, that just don't fly with me. Now, um, also, I want people like as for him, do I think like can he recover from this? I mean, some people will still rock with him, but as far as I think he'll make the money that he used to, I don't think so. I personally don't think so because like you could still like I feel like even when you still try to talk the talk that you was doing, a lot of people are going to look at you as a hypocrite now. A lot of people not even going to trust you. They're going to side eye you, even if what you're saying is true. People are still going to side eye you just because you did the dumb shit that you did. And do I feel sorry for his wife? Yes, because she really didn't have to be in there. And she's not even a bad looking woman. But I've seen people who's just like, I've seen a lot of people cheat on you. And like, I don't even want her to be all dolled up and made up. I think even with the glasses and bonnet, she's not a bad looking woman. I feel like anybody could see that. Now, she look like over and through with it? Yeah, she did. Body language was basically like, I'm done with this. But yeah, Derek Jackson, you and this is probably the last thing I'm gonna say. You look like the ultimate, what Father would say, game goofy. Not only doing like two videos, you do another one reaction. You do a reaction video to you while talking to yourself in the third person, and everybody already think you're a narcissist. So that just further proves people point and just woo. I ain't never seen a man just like drop so hard after like something where I felt like he should have just said, "Yes, I cheated. I need to work on my marriage." Instead of working on your brand, you should have been working on your marriage, and then just fall back. I feel like you made enough money to be good enough where you could like fall back and shit. But the fact that you kept doing this, I feel like you kept digging your hole deeper and deeper and deeper. and that's why I feel like a lot of people are making fun of you. Dion just entered the chat. How you doing, Dion?
I'm good. I'm good.
You just came in time. We was talking about the Derrick Jackson situation. I know you had a lot to say about it, so the floor is yours.
Man, what I'm okay. I caught part of what y'all was saying, obviously. Look, man, I don't know what else to say about this dude except you oh man, just scum. Pure and simple, just flat out scum. This man not only oh shit. It's bad enough he did what he did behind his wife's back or whatever, cheating on this woman or whatever. You didn't have to publicly like humiliate her the way you did. And I I I caught what you were saying about how she just looked just like over and done with him and the whole situation. Just if I'm gonna be blunt, I wanted her to fucking just. I don't condone violence, especially domestic violence. But one time, he deserved to get hit. Cause goddamn, hold on, It- like I'm I, I'm not even that thing about him like cheating on her. Niggas make mistakes. Fine. You know, learn from it. Don't let it happen again. Do better. Whatever, whatever. But this man pretty much went out of his way to pretty much sacrifice his own woman's dignity for the sake of promoting a bullshit book. Because now as I process this, this was all for the sake of promoting some BS book. I'm wondering if he even really cheated on her or not. If this is a story they made up just for the sake of promoting this motherfucking book he's supposed to have out. Because what I'm trying to think, who in their right mind would sit there, holding their significant other's hand as they're, making these statements and shit, and then the and I said this in our group chat or whatever, the combination of brilliance and narcissism to not only talk yourself up, but to plug your book in the midst of this whole thing. There's a lot to process with this whole thing for real.
It's funny you do say that, Dion. That like who would sit there and um just go through all that torment knowing that your man is cheated. Because I've heard people talk about how like people that are rich that got like a lot of money, how like their husband always cheats on them or steps out on them all the time. Well, you know how like white people like they buy hookers in Vegas and all that other stuff, and the woman's just like as long as like the out of the world like they know about it, but it's just like as long as like you don't have no out of wedlock babies and you don't bring nothing back. It's like most people are cool with it because they feel like they're just like rich people are just going to cheat anyway. But I mean, I don't know if that pertains to her, but I've heard like I've heard like a lot of relationships that stay even after they cheat. So I know a lot of people is like she should leave. Do you feel like she should leave, or do you think they should work it out?
Yes, and for me, it's not even a matter of forgiving him for cheating because I've been in a position where, yeah, I was with a woman, she cheated on me, you know what I'm saying? I forgave her, resolve, we resolve whatever, whatever. But again, it's that public humiliation that gets me. That's the part I'm upset about. For that alone, dump this motherfucker.
Damn. Damn.
Plain and simple. For just publicly humiliating her the way he did. No, no. Because only God knows what else he's gonna convince you to do. Only God knows what other ways he's gonna make this woman embarrass herself. just for the sake of making some money, promoting his brand, pushing whatever bullshit book, video, whatever the fuck else he's trying to promote.
Ooh,
You see,
huh?
Ray? You see?
Yeah. Yep.
Do I miss? I just want to know, do I miss?
No, you don't miss.
Thank you.
What, he
Been
predicted me
batting
saying that
been
or what?
batting 1,000 lately. Been batting 1,000.
No,
What, did
no,
he
it
predict me
wasn't.
saying that or just
No,
we were on the same
no,
page?
no. It's not that I predicted you saying that. It's that this is the reason why you keep your shit private. This is the reason why, like, if you're having issues or if you're saying that you project a certain type of lifestyle, don't be a hypocrite. Because then people from the outside will be all over your fucking situation. This is what I meant. That's what I meant. So that's
Real
what I
talk,
was
there
like
was no point in
explaining.
him even doing the video in the first place, let alone having her there and like there was no point in doing all of it
That's
in
what I'm
even
saying.
shape or form.
to,
Yeah, that's
to
what I'm
save his
saying.
brand.
Like
Yeah. Like he made it a public situation because he contradicted himself.
The man was trying to save his brand. And he was trying hard. He was really trying hard. I think the worst thing he did was trying to save his brand. Like I said, trying to save his brand instead of saving your marriage. And two, trying to sell your book to people that don't believe in you. Like, why are you still trying to sell your book?
Because people are still gonna buy it,
It
right?
made you yeah, but it made to me, but to a lot of people, it made your apology just not that legit. Like
it,
the
it,
most,
it's
I know you did. I know you didn't see it, but most of the time when I was watching, he was just like, "Oh, this is what I've represented in my book: hurt to heal and heal to hurt," and all that other shit. It was just like, are you trying
it's
to
like
like tell people what you
yeah, like
did, or
every other sentence led back to that stupid book.
yeah, everything he was going back to not only just one of his, both of his books. It was just this is what I talk about in my book. It was just like, oh wow, you really trying to sell us this story? So
And people are invested. This is what happened.
I want to see if his book skyrockets. That because if it did, then Dion was probably have a point. Then was all this to sell a book? But I don't because
I mean,
looking for her
either
face.
way,
Go ahead.
because all right, so like Dion is right about that, but my thing is either way, he still got the publicity. Because if he didn't cheat, he could just release the book and people will still buy it. But now that he has all this negative attention and people still talking about it, we're doing a whole podcast about it, a whole situation between a man and a woman who is married. We don't know these people personally. You know what I'm saying? Like for how people are talking about it, and this is your issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it worth it?
Any last ones before we move on to our next topic?
Keep your
Man,
shit
all I'm gonna
private.
say is when Kevin Samuels fucks up, and he will bring him the same smoke.
He's been divorced like twice, I think.
Yeah, he's been divorced twice.
His name is gonna come up in some bullshit, and when it does, I know it will. The world, but it has the same smoke for this
Um,
motherfucker.
I am leaving that brother alone. Whatever he wants to say, he can say. He can go. He can do whatever he wants.
I'm with Father. He could go do whatever he wants. Um, okay, being on this, and then like Father said, it got a lot of people and a lot of think pieces, and got a lot of people talking. And one of the things I've been hearing about is, are is human beings made for monogamy? So I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if we went through this before, Father. But what do you think? Do you think human beings are meant for monogamy?
Yes and no. I think both sides is like relevant because with monogamy, you know what I'm saying. You have people that are completely fine with devoting themselves to one person, right? But then you have other people that want to be hoes all of their life. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't
Mm-hmm.
turn it off. They always with somebody else. They always with somebody else. People like we are what like 7 billion people on this earth. Of course, motherfucker. There's gonna be motherfuckers that are gonna be varied in how they deal with people. You know what I'm saying? So I think there actually needs to be more investment into like polygamous relationships and polyandry and shit like that because it's people trying shit out. It's people doing something different. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you had three beautiful ass wives just for no fucking reason. They're just beautiful as hell, and all three of them are married to you. You know what I'm saying? So that type of shit that like people are doing and like the how like the way they are and you know you got people that are hoes, you got people that are completely fine with one person. I think both sides are fine just as long as you are developed as a person to not hurt people when you are in relationships. As long as you have that kind of like core belief and you act that shit out, then shit would be fine. But as you know, we like to make shit complicated. Does that make
Dion,
sense?
yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Dion is on you.
Uh, Plain and simple, everyone's different. Some people are, some people aren't. You know,
Yeah.
I'm I'm not sure what else to add. I'm not sure what else to say about that subject. It's something I've spoken to several people about. And you'll get the whole oh there's you know there's somebody for everybody, or how men are just men. It always comes down to men not being built to be with one woman and this, that, and the third. That's the thing I seem to hear the most when talking about relationships and monogamy and shit like that. Talking the whole thing of, oh, for a man to just stick with one woman isn't natural. You know, it's it's too many things. You ask a different person that question, you're going to get a different answer every time. So I don't know.
I mean, you have a point. I've always looked at it as an open-ended question, and like, basically, I mean, it does bring down to different people do different things. Just like y'all said, some people want to be in a single relationship. Some people just want to be hoes. I personally think it's the environment you put yourself in. I've lived in a two-parent household like for the first 20 years of my life, and I still like believe. Not only I still believe in marriage, I still want to be married to someone like for the rest of my life. Like I don't even like I know some dudes like they want to get bored, they ask their girl for a threesome. I don't even want a threesome with my girl. Um just because I think like if I ask for another girl and then she can ask for another dude and I know I'm not gonna be down for the other dude, so why put that on her being with another girl? But I also think it's the environment you put in. I feel like but then again, I know some people that's been in two parent households and they still want to be single for the rest of their life. That's just how they how it flows. But I do think being in an environment has part of it. It's like if you I don't I know that a lot of single parent households you see a lot of people going in and out. You see them in different relationships and all that other stuff. So I just think if you it's all about your environment and guidance. It's just like, or also your beliefs. Because I know in Muslim culture they have multiple wives, and it seems like it works for them. And what is it like? Average man to woman is what, like 5 to 1 or something like that.
I believe it's for every one man. It's supposed to be like three women.
3 to 1, 5 to 1.
Population wise, I believe it's 3-1 women over men.
Yeah, so it's obviously going to be more. It's obviously going to be more women than men, and then most of the people who don't not even talking about the one that don't want to be married, but even if like I think Umar Johnson said this, if every black man and black woman like got married, there would still be like million, like at least a million black women that can't find a mate or something like that. So like the numbers are really sporadic and like in that area. But I feel like if you're going to be monogamous, you got to make it work. And then I feel like you gotta you know, be open to what your wife is, and And vice versa. You got to be open to your spouse and let them know everything. Because I know some people are always looking for better, and some people just get bored. So if you're the type of person that feel like you just get bored, I don't feel like you should get bored at all. But if you're the type of person that feel like you want to be with that one person forever, and she is the one you want to be with forever, I feel like you would do anything to work on that. So, but that's only my opinion on it. Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Nah.
Oh yeah, this. Oh yeah, I did say one more thing. How do y'all feel about Oscar and Rhea Ripley for the in WrestleMania?
It's something.
It's something. It's it
That's
seems
what it
like
kind of feels like, actually, Dion. I think I'm with you on that one.
it's something.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame. I'm not gonna lie, that's a damn shame. She's the
Because
The problem stems from the fact of Oscar done fought and beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? And here's the creative on Raw when it comes to Oscar. They're kind of back into a corner because the problem is, like I said, Oscar done went through vast majority of the women's roster. Everyone that pretty much would deserve a title shot done got it and lost. Um, if they give it to Charlotte, people are just gonna bitch. So,
right.
I feel like the only thing they could do to even remotely attempt to do something with the women's side of Monday Night Raw was to introduce Rhea Ripley and have her go after Oscar. But now this is a situation where pretty much Ripley has to win. Rhea Ripley has to win. There's not because outside of outside of beating Rhea Ripley, there will literally be nothing else for Oscar to fucking do.
Okay. Now I don't disagree with what you said, but at the same time, I don't think that's it because Roman Reigns has basically ran through SmackDown's division. And like even to a point where Drew McIntyre like was like dominant in his championship reign. I think it's because like I feel like y'all felt like that because like I said, Oscar's had a shitty run. Even though she's beaten people, it's really like not.
It's
And
just been it's been uneventful. These have been people who it's just like, okay, Oscar's gonna trounce them.
yeah, but at the same time, like I feel the same way about Roman Reigns. Like Roman is going to win that. Even to the point where Drew McIntyre until like his he lost to the Miz in the Money in the Bank. I felt like Drew was having such a dominant year they wasn't going to give up the belt to him. It's the same, like hell, even with Bobby Lashley right now, Bobby Lashley, I feel like they're going to be dominant. Hell, I even say this: when Becky Lynch had the belt, she was looking dominant. Not only she was looking
Yeah,
dominant, like they was putting her everywhere. Like she was not only like
yeah.
she was on
I
TV,
mean,
she
you
was like
want
she
you
was on
if that's
TV,
what
she
you
was on
want in a champion. You
commercials.
want them to be dominant, but you also, you know, whoever's supposed to be the next threat to their championship reign or whatever, they can't be on some bullshit. They can't be no slouch ass wrestler.
Yeah, but Oscar hasn't been a slouch. The
I
booking,
know. I'm talking. The booking has been garbage, and it's no fault of it's not even any fault of the wrestlers. Again, it Oscar's hit the point to where creative just doesn't know what else to have her do. There's nowhere else for her to go. The only thing left for her to do is drop the title.
I really disagree with dropping the title. Even though I think she might drop the title to Rhea Ripley, I really disagree with the only thing you got to do is
the
drop the title.
only person that is worthy of actually taking the title from Oscar right now, in my personal opinion, is Alexa Bliss. And I don't know why they're not giving her the match at WrestleMania.
Because he's fighting Randy Orton.
I know, but at the same time, like
Wait,
I
what?
feel like Alexa Bliss right now as women's champion with the shit that she's been doing right now, bro. I'm behind Alexa Bliss 100% right now.
That's
See,
funny
you
you
know
said
what?
because there
If
was one point people was tired of
if
Alexa Bliss winning.
you
Bro,
know what?
Alexa
I
Bliss
will
should
say
be
this:
champion, honestly.
if Oscar beats Ripley, Bliss better be next in line.
Who?
If Oscar
Oh
beats
yeah,
Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss better be next in line.
I think it might. I think Becky. I don't know. I think Becky Lynch might come back from pregnancy and then just.
Ship her ass to SmackDown with her husband.
No, she was on
Let-
Raw. Becky was on Raw.
oh well, they always rotate the rosters around after WrestleMania any fucking way.
I mean, even with like, okay, let's say you turn Oscar Hill, you still got a bunch of faces you can like face, like you could give Oscar and Naomi a run. You could give Oscar, hell, even an Oscar versus Lana a run. I think it,
They,
but I do. I would say this: if I think anybody's going to lose that belt to somebody, I'm going with Father. It's going to be Alexa Bliss because like they. But I do feel like even though yes, she's been champion, they've been giving her the shittiest ending of a book. For someone that I feel like is very charismatic and very like I feel like could sell a fight even like during her heel run with Becky, she was just like where she was just all random and out there. She was like really interesting. I just feel like what is it that ever since she turned face is like why haven't they been like booking her like the like NXT has?
Because guess who's running NXT and guess who's running WWE? It is
Simple
not
with
the same
it.
person.
I you know, understand, but maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me being optimistic because the fact that you're saying like it's something. I feel like damn, like I know a lot of people are looking forward to like Edge and Roman. I feel like everybody be talking about that. I know it, yeah, and people are looking forward to Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. I feel like that's going to even to a point. Let's just say Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. I feel like that would sell seats. But it's just like for someone as dominant and like even like Rusev called her or Miro called her probably one of the greatest wrestlers like ever. It's a damn shame the way she's booked. So I don't know. I just think they just need to book Oscar better. Any last word before we move on to our final thoughts?
Alexa Bliss should be champion. I just like I don't know. The shit she's doing right now is just really resonating with me. I'm like super entertained whenever she's on the screen. So I just want her to have the championship. I love Oscar. You know, I've been there since the beginning, since her Japan days when she was called Kana and all that. But Alexa Bliss deserves this one.
I just and I didn't
She's
even
going to get it
mention
eventually.
yeah, I didn't even mention Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, even though Ronda Rousey is already the first black woman. Let me stop. Ronda Rousey is the first black woman to main event WrestleMania. I just want y'all to know.
Oh yeah, I read about that. How she has a great grandfather that's black. I read about that earlier tonight.
Oh my god. This is
So
shut
Ronda Rousey ain't even white. She light skinned anyway.
All right, we're gonna go to our final thoughts, and we're gonna start with Dion.
Why you always telling me? Um,
Because you're a man with kids.
Like this.
really?
Hey,
I
alphabetical
mean,
order. Right.
I, I
Alphabetical
got,
D.
I currently got nothing.
Father, you got any final thoughts?
Um, you know, I'm feeling really good. Honestly, I think shit is looking up.
I'm glad to hear that.
Why you bring your head like that?
I guess my final thoughts is black men don't cheat.
Look at little somebody goddamn mouth.
I'm gonna still be saying that.
But Black men don't cheat, but fraudulent ass niggas on the internet do.
Yeah,
You said half.
I don't think Derrick Jackson is a black man. He's a black black man. Black man don't cheat.
Hey, where your daughter?
And I got some reviews coming my way. I'm gonna be. I don't know if I should.
Go.
I got reviews coming on the way. I think Benny the Butcher put out something with Harry Fraud I'm interested in, and I guess I gotta watch the Snyder cut and Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's looking good. So that's just it. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on the podcast. I would like to thank for y'all listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is, you know what? Let me just say podcast signing out. Peace.
Well, okay, let's
Yeah.